Willkommen! My name is Sean Huggins. I'm an American living in Germany, and on this channel, I'm looking to learn all about life in Germany and Europe in general through watching silly videos and stuff on the internet with you guys. So if you enjoy, consider subscribing. We got new videos every single day, and let's just hop straight into it. So today we're taking a look at how is Germany the richest country in Europe? Let's find out together, shall we?
At the time of making this video,
I'm very
Germany's
curious.
GDP
Tell
is
me more.
estimated to be around 4.2 trillion US dollars.
That's it?
This
That's what I got in my bank account.
amount of money is hard to comprehend. However, it is still less than the combined market cap of the two most valuable brands on the planet, Apple and
Whoa.
Saudi Aramco, whose total market cap is valued at 5 trillion US dollars.
That's crazy.
An economy size of 4.2 trillion makes Germany the fourth richest country in the world
Damn.
when looking at this metric. Of course, this does not reflect individual wealth, but the wealth of the value of all finished goods and services made within Germany during a specific period. Only
Right.
Japan, China, and the USA
Wow, look at that.
have a larger economy. Each have a population 1.5, 16.6, and 4 times larger respectively. So just how is Germany the richest country in Europe? Well, Germany is an economic powerhouse.
Yeah,
it
but
sits
why?
in the middle of Europe, is a founding member of the EU,
I'm sure the geographic location helps a lot because it's very centrally located and makes it easy to trade with other countries around the world. That probably helps a lot.
and is the second most populated country on the continent, only
Wow,
behind
look at
Russia,
that.
which kind of cheats by sitting in 2 continents. Only the Dutch work fewer hours among the 34 members of the OECD, which contains 38 countries from around the world.
Man, only the Dutch work fewer hours, and yet Germany has the 4th largest economy in the world. That's pretty
That
interesting.
German children spend 25% less time in the classroom than their
Whoa.
Italian counterparts, and that there are 6 more productive economies in Europe alone, and
Whoa.
yet Germany still has the strongest economy in Europe. So first things first, let's
Okay.
take a look at how Germany compares to other European countries in terms of GDP. So the UK sits just below them with 3.1
Yeah.
trillion. Next
France
is
is
France
all the
at
way down there.
2.9 trillion.
Wow.
Italy at 2.1 trillion, and then Russia at 1.6 trillion
Man.
US dollars. However, it must be noted that due to the sanctions from Russia's invasion of Ukraine, it is likely that Russia's economy size is actually much lower than this figure.
Yeah.
So Germany
to
comfortably
be.
takes the crown as the richest country
Wow.
by GDP on the continent. In 2016,
Okay.
Germany recorded the highest trade surplus in the world, worth over $300 billion.
The highest trade surplus in the world? I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean? What is a trade surplus? They have more things that they could trade, but they don't need to, I guess? I mean, to have the highest amount in the entire world? That's
This
very
economic
impressive.
result made it the biggest capital exporter globally.
Mm-hmm.
Germany is one of the largest exporters in the world with around $2 trillion worth of goods and
Whoa, $2 trillion in exports. That's like half of the economy.
services
Wow.
exported in 2019. The automotive industry
Crazy.
gross production value in Germany accounts for roughly 500 billion euros in total
Whoa,
sales.
500
In
billion.
2019, around 3.5 million vehicles were exported, which was around 20% of all exported cars in the world. The industry employs around 800,000 people within Germany
lot of people.
and accounts for around 10% of the total national GDP.
German
car
cars
industry,
are
that
known
makes sense.
around the world for their quality and value. Brands such as BMW, Mercedes, Audi, and Porsche are some of the most prestigious
Volkswagen?
brands in the world.
What about
With a revenue
Volkswagen?
of 278
There's a
billion US
Volkswagen.
dollars in 2019, Volkswagen is Germany's biggest company. It is the 133rd most valuable
Wow, look at
brand
that.
at a market cap of around 105 billion US dollars. However, what blows my mind is that a company of this caliber is still 27 times smaller in terms of market cap than the most valuable company, Apple, at around $2.7 trillion at the time of making this video. So Germany's GDP makes them the richest country in Europe, but as mentioned earlier, this does not reflect the wealth of its citizens.
Right.
Let's look at the
Let's
USSR
look at this.
as an example.
Okay.
It was an extremely wealthy empire, but the everyday citizens who lived in it were very poor. So instead, let's take a look at GDP per capita, which is a more accurate way of seeing the true wealth of citizens. For this, Germany ranks 17th in the world, and
17th in the world. Still pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
actually 12th in Europe. So not bad, but certainly not as good as where their total GDP ranks them. It must be noted, however, that some of the nations that rank above Germany are incredibly small, such as San Marino and Luxembourg, whose populations are 34,000 and 642,000 respectively.
Yeah, and those countries probably have some sort of large corporations going there that inflates their economy a bit, and there's probably something going on there that meets the eye that isn't mentioned in this video.
So it's not a fair comparison for a country
I would
who
say
has
that's not
84
quite a fair
million.
comparison.
However, these stats do not lie, and although Germany is a financial powerhouse, its citizens on average aren't so much compared to other countries around them.
Interesting.
When it comes to average salaries, Germany ranks 11th in the world and 8th
11th in the world in average salaries. Okay. This goes all the way up to 2020. Wow, so in 2020, the US had the highest average salary in the world. Interesting.
in Europe at just under 54,000 US dollars or 50,000 euros.
Okay.
So again, not bad, but not the best.
Yeah, definitely not bad though.
When it comes to enormous wealth, Germany has the fourth highest amount of billionaires in the world.
Whoa, fourth highest amount of billionaires in the world. America number 1, China number 2, and then there's a big drop off into India at number 3. But India has so many more people than Germany, so it's actually, and also Russia has so many more people, and China and America. All of these countries on this list have so many more people than Germany, and yet Germany's on the list, so that's very impressive, I would say.
At around 134. Only India, China, and the US have more.
Yeah.
This means that there are around 3 billionaires per 2 million people in Germany. At around 3 million, Germany has the fourth most billionaires in the world, only behind Japan, China, and the USA.
Okay, the amount of millionaires. Wow, look at the amount of millionaires in America. What the heck is going on there? Freaking capitalist scum. Yeah, but again, China and America, way more people than Germany. Japan, a lot more people than Germany. And yet Germany's still on that list.
This means Germany is responsible for over
Still
5% of all millionaires in the world.
There is absolutely no doubt that Germany has benefited greatly from the euro. By getting into bed with more sluggish economies in southern Europe, Germany adopted a much weaker currency than would otherwise have been the case. As one of the very few countries in the world running a balance of payments surplus, the Deutschmark would have been a great deal stronger than the euro. However, this has provided a terrific boost to German exports, which are cheaper to overseas consumers as a result. But this goes only some way to explaining Germany's current economic might. Just as important are the relative low levels of private debt. While the rest of Europe gorged on cheap credit throughout the 1990s and noughties, German companies and individuals refused to spend beyond their means. In German, borrowing...
That is a very ingrained thing in the German culture. Don't take on debt. Don't use personal credit, stuff like that. And it sounds like that's about the same for German businesses as well. And I think in general, that's pretty good advice. So let's see.
Is Schulden, which is the same word for guilt. There is an attitude that if you have to borrow, there is something wrong with you. This has been particularly beneficial to Germany in recent years. Unlike its European counterparts, consumers and businesses did not need to slash spending to cut their debt levels when banks stopped lending during the 2008 crash and recession. Germany is pretty much positioned to become astronomically wealthy. Germany is centrally situated in Europe, has access to the sea, and has great river connections. Germany can service markets across Europe from its central location. Germany also has access to both iron and coal, which means it can make steel and generate power without having to import anything. The Germans have a fairly homogeneous culture, barring a lot of immigrants from Turkey in the post-war era. That culture stresses value of hard work, thrift, education, and collective action, a perfect combination for creating successful companies and industries. The Germans came out of World War II with a destroyed infrastructure, but a lot of smart people. With the help of the Marshall Plan, they were able to rebuild the infrastructure, and the smart people worked with great diligence to restore their material wealth. Germany had a pre-war reputation for making high-quality goods, and German companies traded on that reputation in the post-war era, making things like cars, industrial equipment, chemicals, and electronical goods. The German people have had a very stable political system since the war too. When reunification became possible, the West Germans mobilized quickly to make it happen and deployed a lot of money to smooth the transition. There was relatively little objection in German society to the reunification, even though it was quite expensive. So to summarize, Germany is a resource-rich, geographically central country with a large population who have the right values to be successful and with a political system that is very stable. Thank you for watching, and we will see you very soon in the next video.
Thanks, bye. Wow, very interesting. I didn't actually know just how strong the German economy was. I knew that it was strong from doing other videos kind of like this on the channel, but I think this one got into a lot more detail as to different ways of looking at just how strong it really is through different metrics and stuff, and it was very interesting, I think. But it's kind of funny because seeing a lot of Germans commenting on a lot of my videos like this, a lot of Germans feel like Germany is going downhill instead of growing or improving. German politics is ruining Germany, stuff like this. And honestly, as an outsider, I don't really know anything about this, so that's kind of the point of watching these videos and this channel, is to learn more about Germany, but I don't really know where to stand, so I don't know. What do you guys think? This video seems to suggest that Germany is set up for an amazing, wealthy, prosperous future, but then a lot of comments say the complete opposite about Germany, so I don't know what to think. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Germany is set up for success in the future? Do you think that it's going downhill fast, or something in between? I don't know. I mean, let me know in the comments. But at any rate, that's all the time that I have for today. Be sure to check out the links in the description for all of my other social media, including my vlog channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. We got new videos every single day. Thank you guys so much for being here, and as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.